Welcome back. We're talking with animal trainer Mary Green of Canine Manners and More today to talk about some behavior problems or issues you may have been struggling with your dog. Mary and Griffin, welcome back. Good to see you guys.
Good to be here. Thank you so much.
So we got a couple questions today. Our first one comes from Tracy. And Tracy says, my dog seems to hate my husband. She loves my kids, loves me, loves my husband, so long as my husband doesn't try to touch him or get near me. So a very interesting one. The dog apparently does not, maybe protective, I guess, is what it sounds like.
And you know, we think of protective in a way of keeping me from harm, right? My dog is protecting me from harm. But another way to look at it is my dog is guarding me as a precious resource, and no, I'm not going to share with anyone else. So sometimes that is actually resource guarding, which is can be a whole other issue. So if you can have, maybe your husband isn't around all the time. Maybe, he travels a lot, isn't always there, and the dog is there mostly with Tracy and the children. So I would make, a big deal if the husband can maybe start feeding the dog, maybe take the dog for walks or car rides. We always like to ask the dog for permission to touch them, and it could even be a rescue dog that has some kind of history that men were not, that men were harmful in some way. So take it kind of slow, really watch the resource guarding, because that's not a good thing. And you can teach dogs, like Griffin knows how to turn right and how to turn left and how to move away. So if you can teach a dog to do that, then you have some other things that the husband can do, to maybe interact a little better with the dog.
Yeah, and they can learn to grow onto that behavior, maybe, hopefully.
Sure. Yep, with some training. You bet.
All right, so our next question is from Griselda. And Griselda says, my dog always jumps on me. He's getting bigger, and he knows that he shouldn't do it. He only does it, though, when I'm not facing him or when I walk away. So we get a lot of jumping questions. This one's kind of unique, though, that only happens when they're not facing the dog.
Isn't that like taking a cheap shot?
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Dogs will do that, especially if they're a herding breed. Border Collies might want to kind of do that. And, for most dogs, I would say it could either be trying to initiate play. Maybe there's another dog in the house that they play chase with. And so in my household, the herding dogs might kind of nip at the boxer dog to go, to get him moving out of the way so that they can chase him. It could be that the dog is wanting you to get out of the way. Again, it could be that with your back turned, sometimes you actually can teach a dog not to jump on you by turning your back on him, but other dogs will take advantage of that. So I would probably really reinforce sit. That the only way you're going to get any attention from me is you better sit first, and then I will interact with you. Try and set yourself up so the dog is moving ahead of you, to go out the door, to go down the stairs. That way he can't be behind you and jump on you inappropriately.
Yeah, and it can be dangerous for kids too, especially little ones.
You bet. So. Yeah, can knock them flat.
All right, Mary, thanks so much. Good to see you.
Thank you.
If you have a question for Mary about training your dog, send us an email at noonshow@griffin.news.